Hi, Barath.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, John, Jonas, how are you?
Very good.
Good,
Just,
good, good.
yeah, I guess we are in a situation where, so today we're going to talk about the induction, right? So that's fine, but we also have this 5G demo on top of this meeting, of course. So we were not very, I
Yeah,
mean, it was
we have it later.
unlucky. So I don't know what we're going to do either. Yeah, if we need to move the proposal meeting perhaps for the next couple of weeks.
Well, what am I trying to say? The demo meeting is sort of a high level, just sort of say hello, and just really just give a quick blurb about what ODIM does and what we can maybe bring to the table. It doesn't have to be an in-depth discussion. I think we can.
It's
I don't
every
think
second week, right? It's biweekly.
I think it is, but today's just an intro call. Are you
Okay.
concerned about today's call, or are you just concerned
No,
about?
I think we'll miss it today because we have much. It's very urgent to get the induction done, right? So.
Yes, yeah, that probably is priority one. But yeah, today's demo call is really just an introduction, say hello, and what does ODIM do, and that type of thing. So I think it's
Okay. Where's we need Alex? I guess he's been doing some work on the wiki, and it's early as hell for him though. 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Muthu from EMA.
Hi, Muthu.
Hi, Jonas.
Hello.
Did Alex say he's going to join? Do you remember? I thought he was kind of in favor of that idea.
Thought he was. Let me ping. Oh, I'm going to ping him on Slack.
Yeah.
Well, he's not actually online, but let's get started. I think we can start because I think the actual PowerPoint slide we can cover some things without talking about governance. So
Okay.
let me just pull that up on the screen. Also, for some reason, I joined. I'm not on my normal bridge. I'm on my personal bridge, and I'm not able to record the meeting. Do you care if we don't record this one, or otherwise I have to log out and log in under a different account?
No, I don't care. It says it comes across like if it is recording. I don't know why. It's like lit up.
Yeah, mine's not. Yeah. Oh, it is. Something is showing recording. Yeah. Why is it blinking like that? That's odd. Yeah. So I'm trying to do record. It says you have to ask the host permission. So obviously not the host. And it's weird, but anyway, well, whatever happened, whatever. Okay, let me get over to here. Let me know if the antitrust policy is up on the screen.
Yep, it is.
Okay, good. Moving on then. Everyone knows about that one. Let me know if the presentation slide came up on the screen, the induction presentation.
Yep.
Cool. So we need so this is just some, a couple of blurbs about the project here. But we do need a TAC representative, someone who periodically will be like the person who the TAC can reach out to, and
is that
that
something
kind of
we
thing.
vote on, or I mean,
we could
project.
Unless somebody wants to volunteer. Yeah,
I can just put my name there, and if people feel that we should vote on it, I feel that way. We can have a formal process, but just to get past this, to have something in the document, you can stick my name, no issues.
sounds good. Appreciate it. I think we'll be fine there. But yeah, if the community wants to vote, that's fine. Otherwise, Jonas, thank you for that. Okay, very good. I can cross that off my list. Some high-level stuff on the project with use cases. Feel free to modify. By the way, does everyone know how to get to this? If not, I can show you. I mean, I have a link to it on our pages, but
there is this LFN induction, right?
Yes, it's
on the
underneath
wiki,
there.
and that's how you get to it, isn't it?
Correct. That's exactly right.
So
Yep.
in that page, at the end, when you have the partners listed on the other partners, so what
Yeah,
it means, because
Wow.
we cannot stay Red Hat there. Not until Red Hat officially joins. Okay. Or
do you want me to take that off, you're saying?
yeah, I mean, yes.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I also don't like the word other. Yeah, no problem. Whatever you're comfortable with. Good.
So
yeah,
where do we get the other from then? Are they joining every now and then, or?
This is off of the mail, based on the mailing list.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I could put yeah.
Well, if you specify that, then it's different, because you can say mailing list participation from, then that's a different story.
Yeah. Perhaps you put it there. Mailing list participation. Yeah. And William, is Red Hat 1 or 2 words nowadays?
2 words.
Yeah. I was thinking that way.
Should I put it back?
Yeah,
Is that
because
okay?
mailing list participation is just that. It's active participation on mailing list, etc. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Very good.
Actually, Apstra is now owned by Juniper.
Good point.
Good.
You can call it out like Apstra and then in parentheses Juniper.
No.
Okay.
Juniper sounds better.
Oh, okay.
There you go. This picture's a little fuzzy. I got it out of one of the decks. I think Alex sent me this, but it didn't come across very clean. It's kind of blurry. I don't know if anyone has an update. But is this the one you want to use for? There may be some architecture discussion. There probably will be.
Yeah, there is an error in that the blue line in the bottom that goes straight without any plugin is currently not a supported approach, right? Because we have plugins for everything. But perhaps we can find you a better picture here. I'm gonna, while you continue to go through, I'll see if I can find something. Didn't we have this picture in LFN presentations?
I think we did. I think you've got an update.
I think this was in the February event.
Yeah, that presentation that we did recently, Jonas, should have it in there, shouldn't it?
The one you and I did, Martin.
Yeah.
That was not LF. That was just LF, right?
Yeah. It was LF, I think. But...
the what? ONES. Or whatever.
Yeah, ONES, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, send it over when you can. I'll plug it into here.
Yeah. Let's see if I have it.
Yeah. You don't have to do it in real time. You can send whenever today, whenever. Just some of the ties with DMTF here. This is straight out of one of our slides. Everybody okay with this slide here?
ODIM exposed interface based on, yeah. I wouldn't say based on. I would say aligned with, because otherwise you can come across on that like, okay, you base it on that, but perhaps you have done something else as well. Right?
Yeah, but it's aligned with similar to that as well. It doesn't.
Yeah, you can also say compliant with.
Yeah, or could you say fully compliant with?
Yeah, you can say fully.
I think we should, because that's what we have always attempted to do with that North Carolina. Right?
So say fully compliant with instead of on there.
Yeah.
Is that an S, specifications?
No, it's a single one, I think.
Very good.
Jonas, would it be worth somewhere in here, you know, that the ODIM's kind of three things slide?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let me.
We have that in the introduction deck.
Yes, send me over, or I tell you what, the best thing to do is to go into this and plug it in, you know?
Yeah, I will do that.
If you want a different slide, absolutely.
But the three things will go to, I will put it on, actually, I think I will put it on between 4 and 5, if that's okay.
Sure, whatever you think.
You're talking about the scope of ODIM?
Yeah, we talk about how it, not the scope, it's like what ODIM is. It's the slide where you have, we talk about an abstraction layer, we talk about a proxy and aggregation, right?
Okay.
And then we had...
Louis, you have the deck that I sent you, right?
I got several. Which one?
The one that you asked for, the introductory deck that I did at the
Yes,
virtual event. So
I do have that one. I think. Yeah.
A lot of the information that you guys are talking about is there already. So you can just cut and paste. I mean, the only reason I'm suggesting that is because we want to send a consistent message.
Yeah. So my point is, if there are specific slides out of that deck, just plug them in here. I think Jonas had one that he wanted to put in. So yeah, just plug them in.
Okay.
As you know, because these were my thoughts, my initial thoughts on, you know, what the TAC might want to see or what you want to talk about. But if you have, you know, feel free to plug in what you think is appropriate.
Okay. And by the way,
Yep.
I did look at everything over the weekend, and I just didn't see a really strong reason yet to change any of the materials that we've already created, because even the other projects that you recommended that we look at, you know, they did slide modifications on that charter, but they all started with that charter. And then eventually they kind of superseded, you know, certain sections of it. And, you know, when we get big enough, we will do that too. But for now, you know, we can probably stick with what we have because we're a simple group, not very complicated. So I decided maybe better not make things more confusing, right? And have basically two documents that say the same thing. Let's just leave it the way it is, and then we build on it. ODIM introduction. And here we go.
Okay.
So in the ODIM, should we put in a list of participating companies or member companies or whatever you want to call it? I have a slide that has all the logos. I think Jonas, you used that slide in another slide deck as well.
We had one slide that Luis showed here. That right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to change it, I have it up on the screen here with the partners, and we discussed the mailing list participation as well. But yeah, we can, again, if you want to put it in a graphic slide, that's fine.
No, I don't know how long you have. I mean, we've condensed a lot of stuff here onto one slide. So yeah, so if that's how they want to see it, then that's how they want to see it.
Yeah, it's sort of up to us and, how we want to present it. But okay, if you're happy with this, that's fine too.
Well, so yeah, we also changed, I mean, Jonas finally talking into changing some of the architecture diagrams and want to make sure that we get the right ones. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this needs to be updated.
Yeah.
Okay. So the redfish slide here, we can remove it if you'd like, because just to set it the stage, I mean, we're going to need a couple of people from the community, some of you guys, to actually talk in front of the TAC about the technicals of the project and the governance for that matter.
But
I actually go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, why would we want to remove it? I mean, it positions ODIM as something that implements a bunch of standard APIs. So we're not reinventing wheels. We're basically trying to support an existing wheel that has traction in the industry, right? One of the questions that always comes up is, how much traction do you have? And the way I started answering that question is, well, we aim to implement an industry standard supported by Dell, HP, other companies, right? And that and I say, yeah, it's early days, but the intent is not to invent yet another management API. The intent is to leverage what's there and influence what's there. That kind of usually quiets people down.
And a follow-up question that I hear a lot is, okay, so is ODIM trying to create another redfish?
No, and that's the whole thing.
Exactly. So this helps with that.
Yes, and there's something else here, right, that we forgot, which is OCP angle, right? Because not only are we implementing these interfaces that DMTF defines, we also want to enhance and define a bunch of profiles that would enable greater degree of interoperability. But again, we're not starting with something separate, completely devoid of any connection to other standards bodies, right? It's important, I think, to show that ODIM is a team player, that we're not just doing something in our own little silo here, but we're actually trying to create interoperability based on already existing kind of underpinnings. Mm-hmm. That's the part that I think is really key to get across. That and a very concise statement that says we're only about physical infrastructure. Okay, we're not going to virtual manage VIMs. We're not going to manage anything outside of physical layer, right? Because if there's anybody from ONAP there or other places, they will immediately be saying, "Oh, well, what about all this other stuff?" Right? And we kind of inadvertently kind of made allegations that we would do that, but we're not, right? And so let's just be very crisp about, and I'm looking for that slide, the scope slide, because I think that's going to be key, right? And there's a slide I have in the introductory deck that's called ODIM synergies, and it's basically showing ODIM, and then it's showing all the all the standards bodies and open source communities that we are looking to be engaged in, and some of them we're already involved in, like OpenBMC, OCP, other stuff, right? But now, I've also added in, to Martin's point, the famous slide that you had where we had all the networking standards. I've added that in. I've kind of combined things together a little bit there just for brevity. But what I have is here's a list of standards that are applicable in open source communities that are primary to us. Oh, and by the way, we also want to make sure that we're part of this other ecosystem with MEF, IETF, TM Forum, OpenConfig, other pieces. So I think if we include that, that would be good, right? Because that kind of tells them exactly how, we're not going to reinvent wheels. We're going to work with other bodies instead.
Yeah. Is there that first bullet on there? Because it was a good point brought up there by William in terms of, well, what is this? Is this competing with Redfish or something, right? And is it not possible to have that in terms of it's ODIM? ODIM is actually it's an open source code implementation of Redfish.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? Like it is actually Redfish that we're
yes.
It's an open source implementation of Redfish.
Can I show you guys something, or I don't want to disrupt this, but there is a slide that I have that kind of speaks to that, right? What are the goals of ODIM? What are we going after, right?
Because there aren't any. This is the only industry body so far,
that's right,
that has an open source implementations of Redfish that you can just go and.
Well, so again, our goal is to enable interoperability, and the reference implementation we deliver would support interoperability, right? And so, I wrote a slide that has 5 bullet points, and it basically talks about what our ambitions are as a community. Okay. And basically it's about enabling adoption. It's about delivering a reference implementation, building an ecosystem of plugins, and then facilitating integration with upstream solutions, right? And then enabling, finally, the last bullet point is enabling management API interoperability. And so I think we can be very explicit that we're implementing something that exists, but our take on it is that we need to be more rigorous and more prescriptive about the interoperability part, because the way it is now is there is very little of it, even when somebody implements Redfish, because everybody builds whatever they want.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is the profile issue.
Yes, we completely avoid the use of that term in our slide decks, by the way. We should mention profiles.
Yeah, we should.
Yep.
It's a key thing for it.
Yeah. So, yeah, so let me show something really quick, and then you can. How do I share?
You get the share screen down on the bottom.
So we're 30 minutes in, just to let you guys know.
Yes, just really quick. This is the slides that I built for. So this is the goals slide, and I think it might be good to include that. There's also a there's this kind of slide. I don't know if we want to do that. I also have this slide that I think would be useful, because that again kind of creates boundaries around what we do.
Well, it ties it into Anakit as well, which is a sister project, and I think that's important.
And then this one shows the ecosystem that we work with.
Oh yeah.
This slide I already have in the deck.
Okay.
I got this one covered. Yeah.
Yeah, that original slide that you had there, though, do you want to include sort of facilitate integration with upstream manner solution, create an ecosystem of modern platform management? Yeah, so we should try and mention there's something about creating, generic profile, multi-vendor profiles or something.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. So,
because that's actually something that we have done, right? The OCP had a go at it, but then kind of abandoned it. Nobody seems to have contributed to it.
how would we phrase it? I just want to add that in deliver redfish.
Multi-vendor. I mean, I said multi-vendor profiles, right? But
yes, that's good.
Multi-vendor infrastructure management profiles. I mean, that's a key deliverable.
And I would say deliver OCP, multi-vendor management profiles focused on vendor solution interop.
Yeah. Does it need to be OCP?
Well,
No.
I mean, that's how we would, if we want to be good, open source and whatever citizens, wouldn't we go there and propose these profiles?
Well, the thing is with OCP, so we started with OCP, but they kind of are not really maintaining them, so they're not up to date. Besides, we need a little bit else. We need a little bit other stuff around networking and stuff that they don't have.
Yeah, and they don't have storage either.
Why don't we leave it a good point? So I would suggest we just leave it like this, and I want to tie it into redfish.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. I think if we do something like that, then we are giving them everything they need. Oops. And what I've also done in the slide deck is I kind of tried to maybe make things a little bit simpler in terms of the basic diagrams, right? And they're being reused now. So like this diagram will use that center part. And we've removed all the adapter stuff here, right? So this actually might be a good slide to show as well, because it actually shows Kubernetes, OpenStack, ONAP, other things. Maybe that's another good positioning slide. I don't know, but
I think this is a good slide. I have no issues with that. And I sent a similar one. So I don't know, Luis, if you want to take this one instead. And then I sent this 3 things that ODIM is doing as well.
okay.
Which is kind of a
So I would recommend taking the slides you want to put in the deck and plugging them in. I put the Google Doc link up on the chat. Just plug in the slides that you want to see.
Yeah,
right
when
in,
are we
right in the
sending
deck.
this?
This way there's. I'm sorry.
When are we sending this?
Friday.
I'd like to send it to the TAC on Friday, so we got
Okay.
the rest of the week to work to finish it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we
Yeah.
want to-
So yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say take the slides you want to see in the deck and just plug them in where you want them,
Sure.
because it's going to be you guys who are going to be talking about it in front of the TAC. So get the slides in there that you want.
Jonas, the 3 things about ODIM, is that covered by this one, or I just want to make sure we
No.
don't. No. Okay, good.
Let's see if I can hold on. If I can share it.
You want to see? Well, let me stop sharing.
I just need to. Documents. Getting to it soon.
What I'm going to do, guys, is send you that slide deck. I think I sent it to Jonas already, and Martin, you should have a copy of it too, because I was trying to review it before speaking at that LFN event.
Okay.
This is the slide.
But I'll send it again so you guys can look at it.
Am I sharing?
Are you
Yep.
sure?
I see. What does ODIM enable?
Yeah.
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 Mm. That's a good slide.
There you
It's
go.
just-
And by the way, on the demo call later, you could have this slide too up. Show them that if you want. Anyway, I want to put us on a tangent. Sorry. Good slide.
No,
No, this is a good slide because it talks about outcomes and values to someone who wants to use it. You're right.
So I'll stick that in there, and we can use your architecture slide, Alex, because that's I had an old one, but looks very similar. But when you say on the demo call, that is going on now, Luis, right? So we're gonna miss this week. So I guess next in 2 weeks we can join it, right?
One other thing.
Well, let's get back to that in a minute. Go ahead.
One thing we can do, and this is a trick that we've used before in LFN, is we can give them a version of the slide deck, and as long as it's 90% complete, I think that'll be fine. And then we can continue to enhance and amend it, and then send an updated copy. And as long as it's not functionally, fundamentally different, I think that typically works pretty well.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we just want to fine tune some things, add a couple of slides. That's not going to detract from the story that we send on Friday anyway.
That's correct. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
All right, let me get back again. So yeah, again, sorry to harping on this, but yeah, just plug in the slides that you're interested in right in this deck here, wherever you want them. I don't know if we need this one, the scope around, documentation, development, integration, testing, any type of certification. Do we need this slide? Or can we?
When I read the slide, I thought immediately we should talk about the last bullet, right? Because ultimately, we want the upstream, the ultimate consumers of all this to start requiring ODIM certified management stacks. Okay. So when you issue an RFP, there should be a checkbox that says, are you ODIM compliant? And compliance would imply that you've implemented the management profiles that we defined as part of your implementation. And you probably would have reused the reference implementation of those interfaces already, because we would supply that.
But compliance will also require certain level of validations.
Yes.
Right.
And a process for
that's
that.
Yes, exactly right, William. And that's what I wanted to kind of talk about briefly, is I think in the long run, we should develop that validation. Or we can let OPNFV / Anakin do this, right? Like they've done already with lots of other certification kind of projects.
Right. I mean, we're developing a new, conformance test suites, from what was the OVP program in OPNFE is now the ANAKIT, ANAKIT Assured program. It's being rebranded, and ONAP taps into that, and so different sister projects create a few test harness routines or test harness frameworks that can be included. And so, yeah, I could envision that we could create some aggregate hardware operations that use the Redfish APIs and could be.
Well, and And it can be as simple as what OpenStack does, right? Where you have to self-certify and they give you a test
Yeah,
set and you
sure.
run it, and then when you can pass it, then you're good to go.
Yep, 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 yep.
I think we would have
We just don't want to call it certification. You want to call it conformance or compliance.
whatever you want to call it, right? But I think we do need to have some statement that says, look, at the end of the day, this is not just we want this to be sticky.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's important to mention it as a future goal for conformance testing, conformance validation, something like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call it project scope. I mean, I'm not sure what scope has to do with documentation development, integration, testing, and this. I think that's the other question I had. Did you really mean to talk about the scope, meaning, what our area of concern is, or did you want to really talk about the logistics of how we do development, which is, this is where our documentation is, this is where our development is. I'm not sure what you were going after here.
Yeah, I think, well, we cover some of the tooling a little bit later on, which we'll get to. So, yeah, it's really, we're sort of open on this one, whatever we think we want to sort of convey. Feel free to mold this slide however you think we need to do with it. Matter of fact, let's take this away, because yeah, I sort of agree. It's a little bit, I don't like the wording that great either. So yeah, so whoever wants to help mold this slide, even if we need it, around, certification or whatever.
Yeah, maybe we just punt on the first 4 bullets and talk about conformance or something.
Yeah, that'll work.
I saw a slide
Something
down.
like that?
Yeah, no, for now that'll be fine. I saw another
For
slide
now, yeah.
in your deck having to do with ODIM and ONAP, and I would say it's probably premature to make any statements with respect to that.
That's fine. That was directly out of the February event, but yeah, absolutely.
The reason why is very simple. We haven't reached any consensus on what the use cases should be, and we're not in a position to dictate to ONAP how they interoperate.
Yep. Let's we'll definitely get to that one. It's a few more slides in, a couple more, 4 more slides. So and if we got to take it away, we'll take it away. Not an issue.
Yeah.
So, Luis,
yeah.
I uploaded a slide now, and did that just make it in there, or is it? Do you have to
let me
refresh?
see.
Oh, it's there, number 4. Okay, good.
There it is.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Number 4. Very good. Perfect.
You guys do that. It's on Google Docs, so it's not easy.
Yeah, you have to open everything in Google, and Google will get access to it all, and
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, draw. I see it here. See it on my
Yeah.
Google.
So you can pretty much just treat it as any PowerPoint deck. It just it's on Google Docs.
Okay.
And it'll share amongst all of us. Yeah.
I never use Google Docs, so this is good actually. So I can drag a slide right across if I need to.
You should be able to. Yeah. You should be able to drag across. Right click so like new slide or something, or
okay.
I usually use new slide and then drop it in type of thing. But yeah, very, very similar to PowerPoint.
Okay.
A little bit thinner. Doesn't have this quite rich a menu, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, if anyone can help out with this, the platform conformance, that'll be great. Otherwise, if it winds up that we don't have anything, we'll just take it away. Just 2 things I wanted to go on this slide. This is just some vitals here, but so the Apache 2, I just want to confirm there's no other licenses, just Apache, correct?
Yeah, we don't have any special license for things like documentation or anything like that. It's just Apache.
Very good. We will get questions about about release 2101. So I don't know how you want to handle that.
I
about what's in
have
it.
a bunch of release slides that we presented in LFN. If you want that to be sticking backup, or
that would be good, because I think we just need to leverage what we already presented, because that sends a consistent message that hopefully these guys attended the meetings already. So
let's put that in the backup if you want to drop that in some backup slides. This way we can jump right to it, because I know we're going to get questions around that, so that'll be something we'll need to talk about. Cool. Otherwise, I think we're good there. Just very, very basic stuff, and the release schedule as we talked about, and it's also on the roadmap. I got some stats here which I pulled last week, especially this stuff, down here, community size, and some of the data out of GitHub. Nothing.
Do we know? Do we need the release process as well? I mean, I can just stick the overview of 2101, but there is also a couple of slides release.
I have our CI process linked. If that's what you're referring to. Otherwise, you can put that in as well.
Yeah,
I have it right here.
The release process, we can stick it in the backup, because it's not something we're married to. We're going to review that anyhow for the next release, after the next release, I think so, yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, backup would be great for that then, in case we need to go to it. All I did here, this slide we talked about, it's a little bit blurry, but it is what it is. I just changed the title, Interaction and Industry Synergies. I don't know if anyone's okay with that, but that's basically, Alex, you had referred to this slide earlier from your deck, and I thought this was worthwhile.
Yeah, I don't know why it's blurry, but
yeah, it's a little. It's an image, and it didn't come across very well. But yeah, I mean, it'll sort of.
Let me try a trick. I can, if you save it as a PNG, usually.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think the intent is there, and I think we know. There's enough here to talk about, right? So okay, yeah. If you have a way to clean up the image, that'll be good. Otherwise, we'll go with it. I can get rid of this if we don't want to use this, we can certainly get rid of it. Delete.
Yeah, I would not. Yeah.
Yep. Gone. Okay. If we can fill in any names here, we can. Otherwise, we don't even need this slide. I just thought maybe it would be worthwhile.
I wouldn't just fill in names. I think because I think we just don't specify it.
Yep. Delete. Done. So around the governance, this is we'll link to the page. I think I'm going to get rid of this because we talked about this quite a bit, that it needs work. I just added this line here to explain our situation that we don't have a chair right now and that everyone's equal. Is that everyone okay with this statement right here?
Okay. So first, are we reflecting what exists today or our ambitions in the future?
This is sort of what exists today, I guess.
Okay, so we have ad hoc. I would say we have ad hoc chair elections. Basically Jonas took initiative and nobody questioned it. Right? We're too small. First, we don't have elections. We keep talking about this. If you look at the technical chart, it clearly says that for the time being, for some initial period, companies appoint representatives, right? We can add in something that individual participants can represent themselves, but really for now, the TSC is composed of appointees, right? That's how it's stated right now.
Yeah.
So we don't have election.
I think we should just
Okay,
have a word or two in there that for now or something that implies that it's temporary or.
What we can simply say is that, we have two, today we have this, and then say we plan to change this as needed, right? I mean, the same verbiage is already in the technical charter, guys. Just cut and paste from there. It's that simple.
Yep. No, agreed. This is sort of a legacy slide. So yeah, this needs to be cleaned up. I'll take this one to clean it up and get rid of the election and change the wording around. I'll take it.
And there's already wording in the charter that basically says that you intend to revise this after the initial period is over.
Yeah. And that's how many releases down the road, whatever it says in the charter.
Well, it's 3 more releases, so it's roughly about 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is actually not bad. I mean, if I remember, go back to ONET, right? They did kind of similar. So.
Yeah.
And we can always change it if we need to. This is what consensus communities do. So.
Okay. Very good. I'll take this one. I'll clean this up. This is our current tooling and where we are.
Yep. Are you gonna are you adding in Jira and all that other stuff, or I guess we don't really use it today, but I wonder if they care. Oh, I see. It's just okay. Got it.
Yeah. So as soon as we are approved for the LFN, we're going to spin up a Jira instance. We'll have it. It takes me just an hour or so, and I'll spin that up, and we'll have that available for us.
So in Jira, you can
almost immediately.
Yeah, you can have user stories and epics in Jira, right? And so you don't really need to worry about is it one project or many, because we could use those two constructs to segment things whichever way we want to.
Yeah.
So I would avoid this whole crazy discussion about is it one Jira or 10 Jiras, right? It really doesn't matter because I can say here's an epic for the general Redfish plugin, and there's a whole bunch of user stories, and then we have the backlogs and everything else defined based on that.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. Standard stuff.
Do we really have WhatsApp? Do we really have WhatsApp already?
Oh, we don't. Sorry, we do not. I meant to take that away. I went to take it away and I didn't. Okay. There you go, Kurt. Thank you for that. I can't catch them all. All right, and I just made a little roadmap slide based on what Susan and folks had done. Just pretty much cut and pasted under what we've accomplished. Got the first release, second release planned for August, and then the 3 releases planned for the 22nd.
Let's be careful about these are planned, right? We should say that this is not confirmed or agreed upon yet, right? Because we don't really know yet how much these things will take in terms of effort. And we may choose to divide and conquer here, meaning that some things may wait until the following release.
Yeah, they're only plans. No one's going to hold our feet to the fire on every single item here. Just to sort of let them know that we have a plan of what's going to be in the releases. Yeah. I thought it would be appropriate. Again, nobody's going to come back and say, "Hey, you said we're going to get BMC emulator and blah blah blah." Yeah, it's not going to happen. Just but we do have a pretty solid plan. I thought that's a good thing to get across.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. Just
and we'll just drop some back. I'm sorry. Was that?
No, I was just saying, and then the thank you slide,
Yeah. No, I just want to make a place for backup because I think we
Yeah.
talked about some backup slides. So you just drop the backup under here.
We'll do.
Okay. So, and then we have our governance, obviously, and we're just going to go with this, right? Is that the plan? I think it's up. Is it up on the screen?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we'll go with this.
I'll clean up a couple of things there, and I'll kind of try to basically divide it up into two sections: what's current and what we're working on, right? Work in progress, so that it's clearly delineated. And we'll probably hide, as we discussed, Louis, we'll hide the second bullet in the bottom section because it's going to be the same as the top one. But we want to keep the verbiage for now so that we can reuse it.
Sounds good. Okay.
In terms of, I'm sorry, guys, one more question. In terms of processes, is all we need is just review and CI, or is there anything else that they would want to see as a minimum?
Oh, I think this is good. If you're talking about here, the CI process.
Well, I'm just wondering, the review process means is applicable to new projects. Yes, how we approve new projects, right? What about just voting, general voting process? Do we need to say something or not? I don't know. I'm just.
Well, we may want to just say it's a simple majority, right? If that's what we're going for. It's just, if you want, we can add something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they want. So.
Yeah, they may want to see that.
Okay.
What was that?
No, I was thinking whatever they don't need, we don't need to confuse the picture with.
Yeah,
but if they want to see it, we'll throw it in.
Yeah.
Well, it's not necessarily even what the TAC wants to see. It's like if we have a new member company or new member wants to come in and join our community, maybe they want to see how we do voting, and that's really the intent, right? So that we have a clear process, and people who want to come in and join say, okay, so this is how it's done, and it's documented, and you know what I mean. So it's not just what the TAC wants to see, but how we're gonna control and manage the project. So I think it's worth a couple of sentences, if probably just around that. It's, pretty simple, and of course it can be changed. So I would recommend putting it in. I just don't know where you want to put it. I don't know if you want a separate page for that or not, but it's worth it.
Okay.
Guys, I know we had to have a couple of minutes, and I think we covered the induction pretty well. I think everyone knows what we're going to do. This demo meeting that's coming up in an hour, are we going to attend it, or do you want to push it? I think I heard both. I'm not really sure where we stand.
I don't know, but my calendar says it has been going at the same time as the TV.
I don't even have it on my calendar.
Oh,
hold on a second. So let me just make sure here.
Louis.
No, I have it at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern, 1 hour from now, is when I have it.
I don't. I have it in LFN demo 5G from
LFN
Random
demo
Wick.
5G. Really? Wait a minute.
Yeah, nothing on my calendar, and even if I wanted to go, I couldn't.
I can't go in an hour either, but I don't understand what's going on with the calendar invites. It occurs every 2 weeks. It says from 9 to 10 a.m. GMT -7, which is basically where I am, right?
Yes.
Yeah, mine came across as 11 Eastern today. which is odd. And I got it directly from Brandon as well. It's weird.
Is he using Google Calendar? I mean, because that's always, that's always a problem with
it's always
Outlook.
a freaking mess. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, I use Outlook too, but yeah, let me, wait a minute, 2 weeks at 9 a.m. Oh, Pacific time, 9. Okay, so he's in he's in Mexico right now, Mexican Pacific, which is Mountain, 9 o'clock, which is 11 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, let me put this up on the screen. So, yeah. Well, anyway, so it looks like it starts in 1 hour from now. Can anyone able to attend it, or do you want to punt on it for till next time?
I cannot attend.
I cannot attend it either. So you're saying that the invite series that we got showing up every 2 weeks is probably off 2 hours for me then, or?
It looks like it. Yeah, let me go ahead and put it on the screen. Yeah, it looks like it is because, and I got Brandon. I've been chatting with on Slack, and if that meeting was happening, he'd be saying, "Hey, where are you guys?" But it hasn't. That's the whole point. So that's really strange. All right, let me see if I can. Sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on with my thing here. There it is. Okay. So this is what I got, and it shows well, it's 11 o'clock Eastern for me, and this is my Outlook calendar, and it says 9 o'clock Mexican Pacific. Now I know he's in Mountain Time. Mexican Pacific is Mountain, so that means 11 o'clock. So I don't know what happened with it, but anyway.
Does he live there, or just out of curiosity, or did he just migrate there to avoid the plague?
Exactly. He went down. He's been there for almost a year, and they figured since he's got younger kids, and I'm not gonna tell you a whole life story, but yeah, he just figured it's good opportunity since they're being homeschooled to go live down in Mexico for a little while.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wish I could. But anyway, yeah. So I will let him know that there's a mix-up in the time, and we need to figure out what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And if it's if that's where it stays in 2 hours in 1 hour from now, then right, then I can probably make it in the future, but just not today.
Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna ping him. I'm gonna ping him now, and as soon as we're done, I'll let him know that we're gonna, we'll get on it in 2 weeks from now. We'll get on our first call, which will be March, whatever it is, 9th or something. Okay, cool, no problem. I'll fix it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Very good. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye now.
Thanks, then.